Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Back with another update. In my last video I did 20 horror sequels that I enjoy watching. I'm going to do 10 horror sequels that disappointed me. Not saying they're the worst horror movies ever made, because I do enjoy watching most of these, but in most cases I just really enjoyed the movie or movies that came before them, and these were the sequels that kind of let me down. So, first up we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. I know technically it's the prequel, and I know it's actually the prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, but I was just expecting so much more from this. I'm a big fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I think it's one of the best horror remakes there is. So when I went to see this, as I said, I was just expecting so much more, and it just really let me down. You know, all I really got out of it was basically the same stories and over again with a different cast. That's how it felt to me. I'm not sure if everybody else feels that way. You know, with that being said, I mean, it's still an entertaining enough movie. I was actually thinking about including the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation in this update rather than this. But, you know, at least with The Next Generation, as unusual as it was, it attempted to do something original, you know, something different with the whole feminine Leatherface character. As I said, as strange as it was, you know, it tried. Whereas this was just a rehash of, you know, the same movie done over again with different characters. DVD's cool though. This is the limited edition with the leather feel to it. It actually feels like leather. So, next, Waxwork 2: Lost in Time. I'm a big fan of the original Waxwork. It has that great 80s cheesy goodness to it, whereas Waxwork 2 I think just took a different turn. Same characters, which is cool, but if it wasn't for that, I really feel like it could be just a standalone film. You know, it was too sci-fi, there's, you know, time travel and all that, and it just really doesn't have the same feel as the original Waxwork, so that disappointed me. Next, Hellraiser World. I'm a big Hellraiser fan, but, you know, this to me is the worst entry in the series. And I'm saying that even including Hellraiser Revelations. I chose to include this over Hellraiser Revelations. You know, I probably get a lot of heat for this, but I actually enjoyed Hellraiser Revelations for what it was. You know, I know Doug Bradley doesn't play Pinhead, but I mean, other than that, and it was cheaply made, yes, but Revelations, you know, had somewhat of a cool storyline to it, in my opinion. Strange at times, you know, kind of incestuous and all that, but I still enjoyed it actually. Whereas this one, you know, I mean, Doug Bradley did play Pinhead, so you kind of expected more, I think, when this came out. Hellraiser Deader, which came out before this, I really enjoyed. I thought it was a well done sequel. You know, it was different, but, you know, it still really stuck to the Hellraiser series. It still felt like a Hellraiser film. Whereas this just went way off. Focused too much on the technological aspect of it. I mean, even the tagline, "Evil goes online." You know, I really wasn't feeling this movie. I was really disappointed in it. This, to me, was the Halloween resurrection of the Hellraiser series. And that brings us to Halloween Resurrection. Huge Halloween fan as well, of course. I love Michael Myers and all. I loved Halloween H2O. I think it's probably one of the best sequels. You know, I mean, Halloween 4 is my favorite, but Halloween H2O is probably my second favorite sequel in the series. So after the end of Halloween H2O, I really thought that was it for Michael Myers. And then when I find out, you know, they're coming out with Halloween Resurrection, I'm like, well, how are they going to bring him back? I was excited to see it. And then this is what we got. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a Halloween film, still has Michael Myers, still, you know, of course, good enough to watch. I watch it at least once a year around Halloween time. But still, it's my least favorite in the series. I even compared to Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. I know it doesn't include Michael Myers. I know a lot of people are against the film because of that. But I enjoy Halloween 3: Season of the Witch for what it is. Whereas this just, I think, as I said, tried too hard. Again, too much of the technological aspect of it, of everything being filmed. It was an okay idea, just didn't work for me. I also don't like the fact that, you know, it focused too heavily on Busta Rhymes. And, I mean, come on, a fight scene between Michael Myers and Busta Rhymes, and ending the way it did. I just don't see it happening that way. Next, Jason X. You know, another one, try to do something different so I can appreciate that. You know, putting a slasher in space. But they tried it with Leprechaun, that didn't work for me, and this didn't either. I mean, to me, my favorite part of this movie was the ending with the mask falling back into Crystal Lake. I think that was probably the coolest aspect of this film. I know, you know, a lot of people either love this film or hate this film. I can't say that I hate it, and I definitely can't say that I love it, but it is my least favorite in the Friday the 13th series. Then we have Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. If you have seen this, I probably don't have to explain it too much. It's just really different than the first one. Just got some strange elements to it. It really just didn't it really wasn't what I expected, especially after seeing the first one. The first one was good for what it was, and this one I just really think tried too hard just to capitalize on the success of the original, and it just didn't work. Next, House 4. The reason I chose House 4 over House 3 or The Horror Show is because this was bringing back the character of Roger Cobb from the original House, which I was really excited about, and then it's just, I don't know, it's painfully boring to me. As I said, I mean, I've watched it numerous times, especially growing up, and as I said, it was just disappointing because bringing back the Roger Cobb character, I thought would really, go back to that first film, but it really wasn't like that at all. That first film was just had some really great scenes in it, some great monsters, some funny bits in it and everything. And this, to me, as I said, it was just boring. I mean, the best scene here, and probably the only memorable scene, is the pizza scene. So, if you guys have seen this, I'm sure you know what scene I'm talking about. Next, Subspecies 4, Bloodstorm. I love the Subspecies films, as I mentioned in my last video. I waited a long time for this. The first 3 came out, and there was a long distance in between Bloodlust, Subspecies 3, and Subspecies 4, Bloodstorm. So we us fans of the series had to wait a long time for this, and I just really wasn't satisfied with what we got. It has the combined elements of Vampire Journals and Subspecies in here, but I don't know, it just has a different feel for me, different type of atmosphere. It really just didn't feel like it belonged. Next, Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys. The reason I choose this one is because, again, it was another movie I was very excited for. Big fan of the Puppet Master movies, also like Demonic Toys, but it was just so cheaply done. I mean, the sets, even the acting, and worst of all, the puppets. They were just so cheaply made. They looked really different than puppets used in the actual Puppet Master movies. I feel that if they used the real puppets, if they actually looked like themselves, then maybe this would have enjoyed the movie, slightly more, but it just didn't do it for me. And finally, kind of an oddball, I think, in this video anyway, Jeepers Creepers 2. And the reason I say that is because I know a lot of people like this movie, and I probably should too, because it is a decent enough sequel, as sequels go. But I'm including this because, for whatever reason, I've never really enjoyed it too much. I mean, I really liked Jeepers Creepers. Big fan, of the first movie. But the second one, I don't know what it is. I really can't say. As I said, it's got a good enough storyline, it's got good enough kills, and for whatever reason, I just, didn't like it. Not even as close as to the amount that I like the original. So, thought I should include it in this video. As I said, I don't really know why, but can't really put my finger on it. So as I said, that's 10 sequels that disappointed me in some way. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I have a lot of ideas for some new videos I'll be posting. In the very near future. I'm gonna post some more rare DVD videos. As I said, some new stuff as well. And also, that slasher video is still coming, so stay tuned for that. Comment, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.